Good morning, everybody, to Lilydale Bowls Club. Now, I'm hoping this is all actually working because I've been scrambling around like a madman for the last 3/4 of an hour because I hit the stream button before and absolutely none of it worked. So I'm guessing something internally wrong with the network somewhere, but hopefully we've got all the issues fixed up and we can stream the rest of the day for you. So to give you a bit of background as to what this is all about, this is the inaugural John Snell Club Triples tournament. Now, what this is all in aid of is to raise charity for the Royal Children's Hospital. So we've got 20 clubs here today, I believe, 20 or 22. I think there's 20. And all proceeds from the day, bar takings, barbecues, everything else are going towards the Royal Children's Hospital, which is a wonderful idea and a wonderful concept by the Lilydale Bowls Club. In particular, Luke Ingham, who's been running the whole thing. So hopefully now, with all the technical difficulties out of the way, we can bring you a great day of bowls. So I'll be streaming up until probably lunchtime, which is about 12:30. Then we'll pause the stream. I'll recharge all the cameras and stuff like that, and then we'll come back after the lunch break and have another 2 or 3 hours of bowls. So sit tight. Now it's all running around. I've got no idea what the score is on this rink, but hopefully I'll be able to find out soon enough. So, and we actually have John Snell himself on this rink. As you can see, has put in absolute blinder for his second bowl. So it's an absolute privilege to have John on the show rink. It's just a shame that it's taken 3/4 of an hour to get all this up and going, and you haven't been able to see his good bowls. So what I'm going to try and do here in a minute is I'll grab my portable microphone, which is a sort of new idea, new concept to live streaming, which I'm introducing today. So I have a microphone on the go, which I can run around and speak to individuals on the green and around the place, while also controlling the feed somewhat. I'll have to work that out later, because when it's all on the wireless network, it all works fine, but I'm actually now going through another form of internet connection to at least bring you the live stream. So some of the things I had up my sleeve I may have to can for a little while until I can work all of this out on the fly, but we'll get there, I'm sure. So like I said, I've got no idea what the score is on this rink, unfortunately. Otherwise I will update the rink. But we've got 2 Lilydale sides on this rink. Like I said, John Snell himself is playing. As you can see, he's got the yellow bowls. So Snelly's holding shot, I know that much. But apart from that, I don't know much else. So I haven't been able to sit here and watch it properly. But we'll get there. So again, sorry for everybody that was tuning in. As I said, I haven't been able to even look at all the messages and things that have been coming in, because I've been running around like a headless chook trying to get it all up and going. Now I'll also try and get some of the sound effect mics up and going. So I'm just getting all the sound effects up and going as well, just so you can hear a little bit in the background of what's being said, and then also I don't have to commentate everything all the time.
Or you're playing 6 feet through that, you get down through the jacks, all us out this side. You make the call. You make the call. Yes, yes. Land it flat.
So being this style of bowls and your characters that we've got around the place, there will be a hell of a lot of talk that you'll hear in the background from other rinks and things like that, but that's the awesome thing about the characters that we've got in lawn bowls. If anybody's, well, for the people that do know me, you know I'm not quiet when it comes to being on the green. There's a lot of other people exactly the same as I. So we'll get a score update soon. There we go, CJ just told me 6-all. We'll try something else. See if this works. It's up and working, but you can't see it all that well, unfortunately. But because we are playing today, so it's with all the teams, it's 3 games of 10 ends, 2 bolt triples. So we're on the 6th end here. I better go and change up the other end. And the difficult thing will be today that I am here by myself doing the commentating, because all the blokes that normally commentate are out on the green today. So, and one of my other good mates, Lucas Protopappas, he's going to footy. So he wasn't able to give me a hand either, but that's all right. So, as I said before, we've got the privilege of having Johnny Snell bowling on this rink to start off with the tournament that has been named after him. I'll get Lukey Ingham on later to sort of explain the concept behind all of this and everything else. It's a great concept. I hope more clubs get behind it next year. It was only a fairly new concept and it was quickly put together. They were hoping for a lot more teams than this, but with short notice and being so late in the season, we do have a team here from my home club, Baronia, but even I struggled to get a sort of a team together. There's a lot of people tend to go away or tend to have enough of bowls by the time this time of year comes around. It's good that we've got 20 again. Different things next year. They'll probably look at moving the dates, etc. For next year, and hopefully that attracts a lot more clubs, because the concept itself is wonderful. But like I said, I'll get Lukey on later to explain all that, how that all works. So, as I said, if the picture gets a bit flicky and a bit strange at times, I do apologise. Like I said, I had the whole setup ready to go, connected to the internet, said start streaming, and it did not want to know me. Did not want to borrow me, which is unusual, especially when all the stats were saying, yeah, you should be fine and everything's right to go. As soon as I hit go, it just did not like me at all. So hopefully in the near future I'll have my own internet hub and things like that, but again, I've been trying to invest in the technology and not so much the internet connection. So I'm actually not sure what team is what yet, but I will work it out. As I said, I was just too busy scrambling trying to get this up and running. Like I said, when you're doing it all by yourself, you don't tend to watch what bowls are going and who's on whose side, etc. So you work it out on the fly. So to give you an idea of the weather, it looks like it's all nice and sunny here. Just looking behind me, there's blue skies everywhere. But then I look to the left and it's all grey and dark. So the temperature for today's meant to be 13 degrees with showers and possible hail and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So it's great that the sun's out. It's nice and warm when the sun is out.
Going for your backhand and backhand. They both count, Snell. Whatever way.
Shot that. Didn't cut as much as she thought it might, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so. You get the back of Vicky, pop the jack, no good.
Now, unfortunately, during the day, we will get a lot of people walking in front of the cameras and things. And they're only small cameras, so I can put them, sort of hide them in the sheds. Not lets people walk by because the banks are not really wide here at Lilydale. So in terms of broadcasting and coverage, makes life a little difficult, but it's all good. I'll just quickly ask how many we've got there on that. Oh, there we go. CJ was wrong, I think. So the score's just come up. It's actually 5-9. So CJ gave me a bum steer. 5-9 after 7. So in terms of commentary, it's going to be a bit light today because most of the people playing I don't know, as you can imagine, because the clubs themselves have put sides in, and that's the wonderful thing about this concept. So the clubs that are here have handpicked their side. So unlike a standard tournament where the individuals actually put a side together and put in their entry, this is actually a club entry tournament. So clubs themselves have put the teams in. And so therefore, even ahead of time, we didn't know what the sides were going to be, if you get my saying. We didn't know who was playing for what side, so we couldn't even sort of get bios, but it's something we'll look at doing for next year's tournament for sure, because it makes commentary a little bit hard when you don't know who the players are, where they come from, where they, in terms of what divisions they've played, how they play as individuals, what they've done as individuals. So sit back, watch the bowls for a bit. I'm just ducking off for a second, which I'm going to do from time to time because I've got no choice. I haven't got anybody here with me to do commentary. Lukey Egan was going to help me out from time to time, but he's actually been called into play. If I look across the green, it looks like he's playing for one of the sides. I'm just not sure which. It's it's the Brighton side. So I'd say somebody's pulled out last minute in the Brighton side and Lukey's jumped into play. So that's why I've got the sound effect mics on. Just so people can hear when I'm not commentating.
Come here. That. One down. Make sure come maybe come stand up here. Very good. The thing is, I've got the microphones turned on the camera so I can hear everything you guys are saying. That's all right. You like the fire?
Everyone, we should be sort of getting close towards the end of the first game. Once you finish your first game, one of your team bring first scorecard up, okay? And if you haven't paid yet, you can pay when you bring the card up. Thank you.
What a shot, boys. Awesome, brother. shots up here. You find the hole. Draw it. You get in that hole there, you're every chance to have a great result. You're looking for that on your line. Yeah.
Now, the other great concept about today, and I've just told the guys, is that cameras that I've got actually have microphones on them. So I just told them, well, I had a little break there for a second, that cameras and everyone else watching can hear pretty much every word they're saying, much to their surprise. So for those watching this camera view, as we can see, there's the great man himself with the arm.
Zachy.
Well, you pick it up and smoke them all CJ's, not?
Yeah, someone has to.
He quits and you go, oh.
Like 33 days, I think you said.
So as you guys would have seen on that last in that great shot, the second to last, got them a 5 on that end. So it's pretty much, I think it's on 8 now. So it's still possible, but as they say, possible but not likely. Shout out to my sponsor, Hooded Life. As you can see, I've got some new ads that I'm going to kick in from time to time. There's a few different ones that I'll play throughout the day. Shout out to Toddy Simmons out at Hooded Life. So he does absolutely great gear. Bowls approved stuff, so he's in association with Bowlswear, so there's a fair few clubs now running around with Toddy's gear, Hooded Life gear, which is great to see. Todd plays out at Clayton, and Clayton is involved today. Todd's not. As he said to me a little while ago, he doesn't like playing tournaments and things like that. But apparently his son started playing again, so he will be playing a few more tournaments. So hopefully we get to live feed one day and we'll get Toddy on. After seeing some cracking shots last end, this end isn't too flash. This has been joked about in bowl circles lately. We call this the COVID end. Nobody wants to go anywhere near it. Turn me mic up a touch. So.
Stand with me, Sally. Come and stand with me over here, mate. Off the line. Camera. Camera, mate.
Don't know how the hell that got in, but anyway, it did. One of those shots. These guys that are winning just seem to have everything riding with them. But, as does happen, now we'll get something going in a tick. See if we can't get a few people on the feed. What we might even do, we might try that in the next game. As you know, you get roaming Brian on the Channel 7 footy feed. Somebody suggested I should call it Moving Matt, where I can go around and actually interview people on the green as they're going, which I haven't seen done before, so it's a fairly new concept. Now, being in typical tournament style, this is a completely random draw, so we've got no idea who's coming up next. But whoever it is, it should be good fun as always.
Three ends ago. That was 3 ends ago. I think it happens to the best of us, Dan. First ball was...
So we're up to the 9th end, as everybody saw. There's a couple of rinks that have packed up. You finished theirs. We're on to the 10th end here. So during the break of ends, I'll probably go and have a bit of a walk around. And then, like I said, I'll get the roaming microphone out and get Moving Matt going. See if we can't make this feed a bit more fun than your sort of regular static feed, if you know what I mean, with static commentary. Go out and actually interview people and have a bit of fun with it. So that's what lawn bowls is all about, and that's what we're trying to promote here at Matt Jackson Balls. It's just to really show how fun lawn bowls can be for everybody, anybody and everybody. We'll get on that later in terms of the inclusivity of the sport. CJ snagged the jack there. You probably can't see it as well, but he's hit it straight back to Snelly, so unfortunately. Again, one of those things with lawn bowls. Sometimes you can put down a pearler and it just doesn't go your way. team that's winning is off to an absolute flyer, which should set them up nicely for the rest of the day. All things going well for them. These type of tournaments, if you drop a game, because the way the tournament's being run today, as I said before, it's 3 games at 10 ends, and then the top 4 at the end of the day will play off in semi-finals, 3 ends, and then we'll have a 3-end final, which will, of course, all be brought to you live here on Matt Jackson Balls. But a win like this puts us side in a very good position for the rest of the day. And that's the thing. If you drop a game at any stage on a day like today, it doesn't leave you with a lot of room to make it. So generally what I tend to do, if you drop a game, have a bit of fun. Swap your team around, make it fun. People that don't normally skip, give them a go at skipping, and give everybody a bit of experience, because, again, a tournament like this, there's some very, very good players around, and especially if you're taking bowlers that have only played certain positions and only play certain spots and haven't had a chance to play different positionings a lot, it's a good chance for them to just have a go. And especially when they're playing against other really good bowlers. It's a good experience for them, absolutely. That is an absolute, as CJ just said there, that's absolutely brutal. He got everything he wanted there. And the jack somehow backspun, went sideways, but so I think at the end of the day that's a 2 or a 3 there. So that game will probably end up 8-18. So I'm going to have a break. We'll get set up for the next game. I'll spin the camera around and so you can just see what's going on in the background. But yeah, we'll just have a rest for 5 and we'll be back. This episode of Matt Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded. Now, for all those that are watching, I don't know how many are, because I haven't got all my stats up and things like that. We're just waiting on the changeover, so it seems like the teams on the bottom green are taking a fair bit longer. They're playing their last end now, but basically both greens are swapping. I might be able to swing the camera around and show you later how Lilydale all hangs together. But we're on the top green, which is almost road level, and then there's a decent drop behind us onto the bottom green. So the bottom green, like I said, they're just all finishing their games, whereas these guys have been finished for a good 10 minutes. So I think in between games and things, there will be a decent swap over time of sort of 10 minutes, but I'll keep the stream live. What I might even do is just add some text here just to let everyone know what's going on. Shrink that a little bit. That's a bit big. There we go. So everyone can sort of see what's going on. So, as I said, I'll be back once we find out what the go is here. Right, we are back. I've done a bit of reconnaissance. So in this game we've got Croydon versus Chirnside Park. So a couple of the local clubs. Yeah, hopefully I can keep track of the scores. If I can't, I'll just yell out to them. But we'll swap a few things around. Actually, I just want to do one quick thing while I think about it. Now, I know for a fact Croydon have better get a start. Croydon won their first game and Chirnside Park dropped their first. So again, a bit of fun for Chirnside Park going forward. Yeah. I just thought I haven't actually shared this out to anybody. So I'm going to get onto that right now. It's a good start there by Pam. Have to be happy with that.
Yeah, we've gone up to the second team and then in the last team. Oh, there's dribble out. No luck. That's that, Pam.
Now we are back on live. Seems to be a bit behind for some reason.
Follow down, John. Follow down.
Don't know why it's behind, but it is. That's okay, we'll persevere. I'll have to commentate this live as I do.
All right, good try, good on. Stand rough, ball in front, mate. Roll. Much better, Albert. Good, mate.
So from the Croydon side,
Yes, mate. Bit more.
for the Croydon side, just to let everyone know, we've got Pam Arnott leading, Troy Stafford and Maddie Weeks skipping. And for Chirnside Park, we've got Inez and John McCabe and Stuart Patrick. Stuart Patrick's skipping for Chirnside Park.
Good bond. That again, mate. Another one in there.
Excuse me.
Yourself a roll.
So I'm actually just trying to...
Good, mate. Excellent. Our little fella. Oh, no fella.
So again, the sun seems to want to stay out, which is nice. Makes it a lot more enjoyable than the cloud cover that we have been having. It's a very cold morning, so hopefully this weather holds now. A few scattered showers out and about, but hopefully they divert around us. You would not believe that. Now, No, I think the feed cut out there just quickly, but Stewie Patrick from Churnside hit a drive. His bowler's in the ditch, and the jack hit the backboard and bounced back in.
So as it went, the parachute back, they went on back on. Where was this? Deep up at Phil
And
Barnes,
I now don't know who's holding shot and who's not, because on this end I'm basically sitting behind the head, so I've got all my computer gear in front of me, so I'm just, like you guys, just looking at the live feed to see who's holding shot and who's not.
Crash Pammy's good. Settle. Yeah, you're in.
Sorry, that one. Oh, the jack. Probably about 15 inches.
Now, the good thing about this feed is you guys can well and truly hear what's being said on the green, which is nice, gives us a nice bit of insight into what's happening.
Miss it.
Good price.
good try, Snell. That one, yeah.
Lose your yard, mate.
It's still there, so.
Pretty good here, pal. Pretty good here, pal. Hurry. Hurry.
Not gonna get there.
Not quite.
That on your own, underneath.
Just so you guys can see what's happening. Croydon has won the end. Just got to see by how much.
Three, mate.
Three down.
Three. Yeah.
So that's a decent start for Croydon. And that, like I said, that was really unfortunate by Stuart Patrick. Unfortunately, the feed cut out. I don't know why, but what happened there, he drove through the head, got the jack, which is what he wanted. The jack hit the backboard and came back into play. And basically sat a foot from a Croydon bowl. Which doesn't happen too often in bowls, to be honest. Yeah, just having a look around who else is up on this rink.
Yep, jack line pretty much right. White spot on Pam.
Good weight there by Pam. First. Again, having played here at Lilydale, it's a little bit of a tricky surface to play on. But once you get the hang of it, you're right.
Stay with it on Ed. No, good ball, lad. Good there.
Yeah, Inez has clipped the jack, but she's still got shot.
Play your fire, give Pam a roll, change that far in front. Onto the white one here.
Sit on that. Flat.
Yeah, for some reason, it looks like the feed has stopped or frozen up. Don't know why. It's saying we're still live. So hopefully it comes back up. Otherwise, we're going to have to restart the feed again.
Excellent, mate. Stand on that, John. Come
I
on
don't even
down.
know if people can hear the audio, whether it's just the audio that's frozen or the video that's frozen and the audio is fine or not. So bear with me for a second. Once again, the joys of live
Come on,
feeding.
buddy. Oh, no holes, mate. Great try, great home. Again, mate. You're spot on, mate.
Holes are made. Holes are made for bowls. You look and you go, how does that go through? Like, you look at some of the angles.
Oh, yeah.
Just go, it shouldn't happen. Get down to that white. Down to that white. Well played.
Thanks, Sue. Yeah, for some reason it's frozen up on my screen, but
3 feet through.
I'll just do a refresh. See how it comes up. That's why I was concerned. But you're telling me it's all good, which is good. Thank you for that.
Pretty good territory again, mate. John, sit
Oh, yeah, it
tight.
is all good. Oh, there we go. Yep, I just didn't do a refresh.
That's 1, maybe 2 out.
No, that didn't help.
Yeah, just looking across the greens. I might go for a walk later, as I said. But my Baroni and Mob are actually playing the Mob from Blackburn North or South. Not sure. I can't remember which one.
I'll point him, mate.
My mates Andy and Selena. So go and tell them to be kind.
Yard.
So Matty Weeks has pulled up just a yard short there. And Stewie might be a bit skinny on this one. Let's see. Get a nice.
Let him meet him, mate. Meet there, Bob. Yeah. Have we got the tea, mate? Yes, we have.
Stuart just asking whether they got the tea, so I reckon he might be having a lick here. So currently 2 down. Based on his last drive, he's not too shabby at it. I'm only going to go to 2, I think. So 2 more to Croydon. So, Croydon off to a nice little start after 2 ends. So again, we're playing so it's 3 games of 10 ends. Top 4 going to the semi-finals and play off 3 ends. And then we have a final of 3 ends. So going to be a long day, especially when you're sitting here doing it by yourself. But life happens.
Won't bother you on his. back here, it is. Run it out.
Yeah, well played, Elby.
There you have.
Last ball shot, mate. Call it. Hold it down. Last shot is good. Settle down. Settle. Good try, mate. Good try. Crack a line.
By the hand, John. Yeah, mate, good hit. Yeah, mate, good hit.
Perfect. Pop it all the way back to you.
Nice ball there by John.
Drop it down, mate. Be the last ball you get shot.
Matty just saying there, they're 3 down, so the staff needs to get one close here.
Good, mate. Make your own, mate. Make your own ball.
2 feet through, mate. 2 feet through, mate. Get up. Get up.
Yeah, well, that's definitely shot out. Johnny McCabe there. So I might try and fire up this wireless mic and go for a walk, I think. Here we go, we're up and running with the wireless mic. So, I'll turn the...
Would have gone a couple of meters.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to double check a few things there for a second, but I will be back.
You're in the area. Going harder though. A lot harder.
Well, as I've just found out, because I've asked the question, Churnside Park have picked up a 5, which brings it back to all square after 3 ends. So I might try this again. See if I can't go over to the portable mic. Well, here it is, my portable mic, so I might go for a walk, see who I can find, see who we can talk to. See if we can't have a little bit of fun with this. So, as I said, a bit of a new innovation, which is good. Hopefully picks up on the streams a bit. I don't mind people stealing ideas, especially when it comes to lawn bowls, because that's what it's all about. So, actually walking around the decking. I'll have my finger on the mute button just in case, but well, that was a good shot that didn't end up with a good result, as does happen with lawn bowls. But what do you do? Almost a good bowl there by Pam. I'm just going to go out and about for a walk. See who we can find, see who we can talk to.
Swap her over flat and we'll be shot. Yeah, good, Alvin. Well played. Pass that front one, mate, and you're good. Oh, come on.
So, I was going to go over and visit my mates at Boronia, but they've just swapped up the other end. As I said, the team we've got in from my home side, Boronia, playing at one of my old mates. So I might go and talk to him anyway. I can walk all the way over there, luckily. So hopefully the sound on this is good. I've got this little app too, by the way, which allows me to remote control the cameras, which is fantastic. It's all part of some of the innovations I've been coming up with. No, that doesn't want to work, so I can't go anywhere yet. But I will, I might go and have a chat with them next end.
That's it, mate. Well played.
I'll swap back onto my normal commentary mic for a bit, and then go for a bit of a wander in a minute. I'm just having a look here. Again, Stuart's got a fair few tricks up his sleeve, as many of the good bowlers here and everywhere else, so Stuart's gone a bit wide here and a bit short. It's not getting up either.
Another metre and a half.
So again, welcome to everyone that is watching. I'm actually streaming it through a server, so I don't have direct insight into comments and things like that, but for those that don't know and haven't been watching, we're at the inaugural John Snell Club Triples Tournament here at Lilydale Bowls Club. Now, the idea behind this tournament is that each club that's participating, the club actually selects the team. So unlike a standard individual entry tournament, the clubs actually select the teams that are coming in for the tournament and who's playing for each club. All proceeds, hang on, watch this. Well, that's what he wanted apparently. He wanted to take both out, and they've just picked up a 5 on that. Great bowl there by Matty Weeks. And the 5 that Churnside Park got last end has just gone straight back to Croydon. So the score's now 10-5. So we'll swap ends. Where's the jack going? We'll have a look. Might zoom in on that one. So yeah, the clubs actually nominate who's going to play. Generally, most clubs have entered one side. Lilydale's got 2 in, I believe, being that it's their home tournament. All proceeds for the day are going to the Royal Children's Hospital. So all the food, all the drink, the whole lot. All profits made are going to the Royal Children's Hospital. So the concept behind this tournament is absolutely fantastic. And with the clubs picking their sides, there are no shortage of great players playing in this. And they're not all local sides either. I just looked over and saw there's a club from Morwell playing, a club from Wonthaggi I saw before. As you can imagine, a lot of the local clubs have got involved. But again, Morwell's probably the furthest, I would say. But again, for such a good cause, and being that it's only its first year, the concept was only come up with a couple of months ago. So they scrambled to get clubs inside, and the way the clubs have reciprocated in the support has been fantastic. And hopefully next year, so we've got 20 sides playing today, so hopefully next year we can completely fill both rinks and get to a maximum, I think, of 28, I think they can get to. So, and they probably will change the date next year, but look, all of those details to come, especially if you're on, there's a couple of Facebook pages in terms of events in and around Victoria. There's 2 main ones. So keep an eye out in the future on those for this tournament next year, and each club really should participate. Again, all the proceeds, Lilydale are not making a cent out of today. It's all the volunteers, it's all volunteer time. All the proceeds, every red cent is going to the Royal Children's Hospital, so they're hoping to make a fair amount of money to be able to donate. And again, the tournament has been named after John Snell, who is a member here. For those that were watching earlier, Snelly was playing on the rink that we first had a look at. Johnny McCabe's put down an absolute blinder of a shot and unfortunately snipped it sideways. So he's still 2 down, but oh well. I might go and see who I can track down on my traps. See who we can find. I might go speak to my old mate Brucey McFadgen from Baronia. Anyone that's familiar with my show would know that Brucey starred in the 2nd episode.
Love the weight. Perfect weight.
So we'll go and see how he's bowling. I'm going to do my own crime here and walk in front of the camera, but stuff happens. So I'll update the scoreboard once I get back to the computer. Now here's trouble. Microphone is on, by the way.
No, don't you dare.
It's on.
Maddie. We've only just managed to get a score.
Now are you behaving yourself, mate?
Always.
You're looking after my good friends from Baronia here.
We're having a good battle.
That's good. I heard you only just let him on the scoreboard. Can you let him score a little bit more?
Oh, they're holding shot now.
How'd you go in your first game?
We got up by 3.
Got up by 3,
yeah.
so we've got 2 live teams. Because Baronia drew, so I'll still say they're in with a chance.
Yeah, I think they drew with Blackburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We drew
So
with Ivanhoe.
Oh, with Ivanhoe.
Ivanhoe.
Right.
These clouds aren't looking real flash. I hope
No,
they go
the
away.
sun was out before.
I know, it was beautiful in the sun.
I was about to take my jacket off.
I was thinking the same. I'd change from a beanie to a cap.
Yeah. Every time I think about taking it off, sun goes away.
Yeah.
Drops about 10 degrees.
Just got to swap camera views. Hopefully that's worked. So this is a new concept.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know how we have roaming Brian? Well, we've got moving Matt, who can go around and interview people live on the green.
oh, that's all
So-
right. Adds a bit of spark to
To the feed, it does,
feed?
and that's what I was trying to. That's what I was coming up with. Something
something different.
different.
Oh, there's your weight.
Well, I'll let you guys swap ends. Enjoy the rest of the day, mate. I'll
Thank you, mate.
no doubt catch up with you later. So that was the guys from Blackburn playing my guys from Baronia. Oh. No, I didn't swap the camera. My apologies. I must have chosen the wrong one. So I better go back to the booth and quickly change it. Like I said, we can get out and about and interview people on the fly, so it's something a bit different, hopefully, for everyone involved. Might have a look at the Zoom one there. There we go. No.
Oh, the hand jump, 2 feet right.
So we'll do that a bit later, hopefully, once Lukey Ingham from Lilydale's back up here. I'm not sure what the score is now because the guys aren't updating it. Churnside Park won the end by the sound of it, or by the look of it.
What are you going to play here, mate? What ball's this far out? If you drift around there into here, you count. Holding two. Oh, take one. Good shot. Yeah, better off around. If you're on, you're going to pump Pam in anyway.
Staff's not happy with that bowl at all. Good weight, but the line was well off. As he said the minute he let it go, he was saying, I didn't listen to you. Just looking across, looks like Broney has picked up another end, which is good. Good to see Annette Scott, Bruce McFadgen and Greggy Johnson having a real go, having a real dip, because like I said, there are some very good players here. Baroni has also got some very good players.
Underneath, mate. You get to us and you get that, you come in. Add another meter on your last. What's positive?
So we'll see if Troy Stafford's happy with this bowl when he puts it down. Yeah, he's following it down. He thinks he's in with a chance here. No, it's going to dip on him. It's going to dive. We'll update the score in a minute. I hear something. I might ask Stuart on his way past what it was, but the weather here has got very cold very quickly. Now my cameras are undercover.
That's even better.
There's a wallet
Could be more in there.
Peter must have. Yeah, get $20. Yeah, that's right. Get some more later.
I think Stuart's gone a little bit skinny on this one as well. So I'll just update the scores. Croydon holding a shot here, I believe. Stuart's just asking if he wants to run him completely off. He's having a look. Oh, he's done something. And down comes the rain. So I may go quiet for a little bit as I run around and check my equipment, but it looks like if the rain's coming straight down, which it looks like it is, I should be safe. But you never know.
Come, Maddie, keep coming.
Alright, Croydon pick up one on that end. Make the score 11-6. I think that's after 6 ends. They're not updating the scoreboard, so they're not helping me much. I might ask Stuart to do that as I go check on my equipment just quickly. I will be back. I will swap it around so you can see what's happening. So as I said previously, I'm under a shed here, so I'm well covered. But if you do You hear the rain against the tin shed. There's not much I can do about it, but this rain is starting to get a bit heavy. So there may be a pause to play. Surely we'll see what happens.
Yeah, someone's done it. Yeah.
Must be beer.
Have to be out there, a bit more water in it.
Sandy.
If it wasn't a light, it's a light now.
All right, Ez, run it out. Weight's not bad, just out.
Is that bad?
Right, I'm back. Everything's safe and sound, so I can deal with the rain. I just don't know how long the competitors can. Troy Stafford's bowled an absolute cracker there. So I'm just going to try and move my microphone in a touch so to reduce the noise of the rain. I might turn the effects mics down as well. Otherwise, same sort of thing, all you're going to hear is rain, which is not much good for anybody. But as you can see, the rain is starting to come down pretty heavily. Most people are now off the green. Troy Stafford's mad, so he'll bowl in the snow, I'm presuming, if he had to. The Churnside's 3 down as they all sort of take a break for the rain, because the rain is starting to pool on the green, as you can see. If I go to one of my other views, so that's the view over the whole green itself. So as you can see, most people are in, but as you will shortly see, Johnny McCabe's out there about to put his bowl down. He's put it down fairly well. It should start to break now. It's just rushed through the head. As Stewie Patrick just said, he thought the puddle might pull it up, and I was sort of of the same view, but it just almost seemed to slide straight through it. Now the puddles live aren't as bad as they look on television. Especially being on a synthetic green. They're not huge puddles, they're just painful more than anything. So Matty Weeks is, I think, because Churnside's 3 down, I think he was just trying to play a back bowl to have something back, but he's shot it through. So this is the strange thing about synthetic greens. Is that some say they actually quicken up with the rain, which looks like it might be the case. I was just about to tell Johnny McCabe off then, but he's done the right thing and moved to the side. people aren't used to being on a live stream, so. Oh. I don't know if Matty Weeks was having a look there or not. I'm pretty sure they're holding 2, if not 3, but. He was racing through the head there for some reason. Stewie Patrick down here. Is it going to get there? Ah, it's not there. And they've picked up the one, so I reckon he cut a few out. And the lovely people here at Lilydale have turned the lights on. So you can't tell so much from the cameras, of course, because cameras self-adjust to light and things like that. So when it gets dark, they tend to lighten up and show a bit more light. But no, the guys here, it has gotten quite dark, so the guys here have actually turned the lights on. So I don't know whether we can... we can't see that as yet from that camera angle, but... So Pam and Inez have been starting pretty well. That was a great start by Inez. Well, Pam had a good look at that. She wasn't far away, she just missed. As the boys next to me have got the water squeegees out because Lilydale have got a new decking which I'm sitting on. Wonderful little facility that they're now adding to. But there's nowhere for the water to run, so the boys have got the squeegees out just to run off this excess rain. Troy Stafford has put down a great bowl there for shot. It is getting quite chilly here. That temperature, just before that rain hit, the temperature dropped suddenly. Dropped a good 3 or 4 degrees, so it has got quite chilly here. A lot of guys running around wearing shorts, which is something I always thought was mad, but I've actually started doing it myself, wearing shorts regardless of the weather. But on a day like today, I'm guessing I would go back to the long pants. And the water's drained pretty quickly off the green, which is good to see. Everyone's back out playing because the rain has now stopped. It's Troy Staff down here. Yeah, I'm hoping I didn't just hear thunder, because if there's any lightning associated with that, as per normal bowls rules, first sign of any thunder, we're off for half an hour, which would be a shame. But some of the clouds lurking. So to my left of the commentary position, it is black and very black, but yet I look out to the right and it's blue skies. So Looks like there's a weather front hopefully going around us. Will let us continue to play. Must say a big thank you to my sponsor, Toddy Simmons, out at Hooded Life in Frankston. They do some great bowls gear and work gear and any kind of sports gear. Toddy Simmons out at Hooded Life is the man to see. I was hoping to debut some Match Jackson balls clothes myself today, but unfortunately they haven't arrived in time. But Todd and I have been working hard on designing and getting some clothes ready. So I'll announce that, of course, on my Facebook page and things and on the show. So the next show should be up in the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to take a break for a couple of months. Might turn these microphones up a touch again so you can hear what's going on. So I can turn my microphone up a bit now too, so I don't have to be sitting on top of it. First sign of commentary. Don't have your...
It's funny, isn't it?
No, I wasn't there. I just thought that as soon as I started to do it.
So, first law of doing a live feed, don't have your phone on. Is it? Stuart just letting me know it's 14:06. I'll turn this microphone up so you can hear a bit of the commentary from the green, or comments. Pam's played two very good bowls there. That's the general rule of leading, 1 on 1 behind. She couldn't have done it much better than that. So hopefully everybody's enjoying the feed at home or wherever you may be, Facebook or YouTube. Troy Staff's just pulled up a touch short there. And there will be some background noise soon, which may interrupt the feeds a bit. So they've just made the announcement that people on going to the bottom green are going to stop for lunch, which means we're going to go straight through for another hour or so and then take a break, at which stage we will stop the feed. And then when we come back, it'll be the semi-finals. So they're going to play the third games up here. So the third games will be going on up here, and then we will be breaking for lunch and then back with the semi-finals.
In behind, real good, mate. Very good. You're in. You half the jack there, you could be four.
Stewie's lined up for a big drive there. Got the outside bowls, which I don't think has helped his cause. Excuse me. Staff's calling Matty Weeks to go around the back, just cover the back. Which he's done. If it stays on, which it has. Probably can't see that, so I'll go to that view on your... That gives you an idea. I think Stu's still going to try and have a run at this. See what he does. He's having a run and he's got... Croydon pick up 2, so he only cut the one out there. And that's 16-6 to Croydon. Now, as I said, they won their first game, so they're on track to win a second, which puts them in good stead for the third game. I'm not sure how many ends left to go. Might be 1, might be 2.
Yes, you can put someone else. It gets drawn around 12.
Oh, okay, it's not too far.
Yeah, we're doing 3 throughout the day, so we're doing...
Okay, right.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a bit of swap over happening, so people are blocking the cameras up. And not much I can do when it's happening live. There's just a bit of bank up. As I said, the banks are pretty small here at Lilydale, so unfortunately if there's a bank up of people, that's what happens. It's all cleared away now. Pam had good weight on her first. Seems to be tracking well if it doesn't run out of legs, which it has, unfortunately, for Pam.
He's going to buy $100 worth.
Just the whole book. Yeah, here you go.
We can afford it. He gets paid the big bucks like old people. Oh no, Nils, run it out. He's going to run out again.
Once again, after this game finishes, we probably will have a 10-minute break. To give me a chance to charge up one of the cameras a little bit. Just needs a little bit of a charge before the lunch break. Is Troy Staff going to get down enough? He's got Pam's bowl to play onto, but he snuck around the back of that, and that will be shot. Croydon again holding through at this stage.
I'm just trying to double sell you guys.
What's 5 get me?
5.
Yeah, that's $5.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
And there still is a bit of dampness on this green. I just heard Johnny McCabe's bowl go down then. You could hear it skid off a little bit. It looks like the weather is going to hold off for a little while, hopefully. Is per the standard for on bowls. The girls are running around trying to sell raffle tickets. Once again, all the proceeds, the raffles, the bar, the whole lot are going to Royal Children's Hospital. And as you'll hear a bit later on from Luke Ingham, that's the whole concept of this tournament. All the proceeds are going to the Royal Children's Hospital here in Melbourne. And it's been named after John Snell. Anybody that most of the bowls world knows about John Snell, of course, but he has done a hell of a lot of charity work in his time, and so this tournament has been aptly named after John. Stewie Patrick down here. He's got to get around that front bowl, which he hasn't. It has opened up a little bit of a gap there. So I think Croydon are holding a few again. Troy's just asked Matty Weeks to go out the back just to cover the back again, but I don't. Well, Stewart can't have a line ball drive at it. He's got to, if he's going to play with some weight, he's got to get around that front bowl with enough weight to carry it through 2 bowls behind it as well. Stewie's just called it, then he's too wide. Just one on that, and that's the end of this game. So, a 17-6 result to Croydon. So they've won their 2 games now. So what we'll do, we'll go to a break. And then we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes. This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices, go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually going to stop the feed because I've just been told we're on our half-hour break. So we'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes. So hopefully we'll see you all back then. Thank you for watching so